What's up, strongest men, women, and children from blocks all around the world? I am my block's strongest man, and tonight I have a special guest for you, pro strongman Anthony San Lorenzo, better known as maybe the best nickname on all of Instagram, Muscles Marinara.
Ciao, homie.
Welcome back to My Block's Strongest Man, where we bring strongman into the mainstream by discussing all of the latest strongman events in the greatest analytic detail that you'll find anywhere on YouTube. If you haven't done so yet, subscribe to this channel. Make sure to comment below whether you agree or disagree with my videos. I love the engagement, and I respond to every single comment. Now on to today's topic. We've been talking a lot about strength training. What hobbies do you have outside of strength training?
I like to cook. Being Italian, I just grew up around food. It was just a very regular part of my life. I was always kind of looking over my mom's shoulder, my grandma's shoulder in the kitchen. So I've just kind of grown up doing that. And now that I'm older, I'm the one who cooks in the house. I got a smoker. I used to have a smoker. I sold it. But, I've done like smoked barbecue. I've done pasta sauces. I've baked bread. At this point, like you've named it, I've kind of tried it in the kitchen, which also lends itself to being a strongman. Is like, I like to eat, so I like to eat something that's good, right?
Yeah.
So I was putting out some little cooking videos on my Instagram story for a while. I got to start doing that again. It was fun. I kind of stopped. I just got to pick that up again. But yeah, I'd say probably cooking is what I would do most outside of strength training and coaching.
That does sound fun. I have friends in social media who have cooking channels, so I'll give her a shout out. One of them is Making Meals with Mika, and so I'll get you two together, do a collab on video one of these days.
Sure, yeah. I mean, it's nothing I ever really did a lot of, but it's something I've kind of been interested in. Maybe we should do a little bit more. I was like Matty Matheson. Do you know Matty Matheson?
No.
Yeah, he's a YouTube chef. He's pretty cool. I have his cookbooks.
Nice.
But yeah, I like cooking. Cooking's fun.
Yeah, I totally ripped off my chicken parm recipe from Bobby Flay, so.
That's okay. He knows what he's talking about. So that's
yeah, he does. I mean, did you just pick up cooking on your own, or was it like from your mom or whatever growing up?
Yeah, like, just kind of watching what my parents were doing, my mom and my grandma, and just kind of picking up on, Italian cooking and kind of applying what I like to that. And then moving out here to Colorado, you kind of get this like Midwest influence and that I really didn't get back east. So yeah, just kind of from what I've experienced, I put that into my cooking and, kind of do what I want now.
Nice.
Yeah.
So growing up, I don't want to make assumptions. Did your dad cook or only your mom?
Yeah. So dad usually made the sauce.
Okay.
Right. So it was like an all day thing, so he'd like start it in the morning. And then, my mom would kind of like do everything else, but dad made the sauce.
With the 3 meats?
Yep. It was like a bolognese. Yep. Yeah, he did that, and it would take all day to cook. So, we'd have like family dinner on Sunday. He'd start it in the morning. And so, yeah, dad was the one who made the sauce. Mom kind of made everything else. And then I kind of would help in wherever I could. But
no, go ahead.
But now that I'm older, like this past Christmas, like, I basically made Christmas dinner, which was a lot of fun.
Nice. So here's like the big question: when your parents used to cook, did they measure or did they do it by eye?
No, you do it by eye. You don't measure. It's not baking. You need to measure.
You do it the same way?
Oh yeah, with savory cooking, you don't measure. You just like some of that.
Some of that.
My girlfriend asked, like, how much? Like, I don't know, enough. You put enough where you can taste it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm like that. Maybe I should be better about measuring, but yeah, I don't measure shit.
I don't either. I do the same. Even with something simple like popcorn, I'm like, tastes like it needs more salt. Put a little more. Need some more. Put some more. I put too much. All right, need to make some new popcorn.
Yeah.
I had a question for you. I noticed also that, and I think you mentioned earlier that you coach as well, right? So, what would you say if you had to describe your general coaching philosophy? How would you put that into words?
Live smart, lifting in tomorrow.
Awesome. Very good.
A lot of guys, and look, I'm not an expert level coach. I'm never going to, I'm not claiming to be. 99% of the people that I work with are people just getting going, just getting started, just wanting to learn how to use specific implements or, getting ready to do their first contest. I'm still a new pro. I'm not claiming to be an expert, but I know a little bit more than people getting started.
A lot more than people getting started.
Yeah. So I like working with new people. I like seeing somebody's eyes light up when they go to pick something up and they're like, I can't do that. And then you just coach them through like 2 or 3 little cues and then they get it. And you're like, oh, look at you. You got it. After you said you couldn't. Look at that. I'm a pretty firm believer. If you say initially, I can't do this, then it's not going to happen. The first thing to doing anything is believing that you're going to be able to do it. And I know it sounds kind of cheesy and tacky, but it's true. Having the faith that you're going to be able to do something sometimes is what gives you the ability to do it. My first nationals ever, 2017 SC Nationals in Las Vegas, it was a 280 log. I had never hit a 280 log going into this contest. Never did that in training. I think I hit 270 once. So I was going in on a wing and a prayer, hoping I'd hit that 280. And I got one because I believed I could do it, and I really think that, mindset is a big part of being successful, especially in this sport.
Yeah, absolutely. So actually, now that you brought up log, I have a question about that. And then I have a question about mindset as well. So
sure.
With the log, I mean, it's a neutral grip, but isn't it a little farther apart than you would typically lift, let's say, an axle?
I think it depends on the log and who made it. Different brands have different specs, which is another, we kind of talked about this a little bit earlier, different equipment does different things. So I think it really depends. It depends on your axle grip. It depends on the log that you're using. There's a lot of kind of variation there.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Because to me, like when I see them, typically they just look like, I would think like that grip is easier, but like doing this is harder than doing this.
Yeah. I think it depends on the person. For me, I find that neutral grip on log to be a little bit easier to press than an axle, but some people are better at axle.
Right.
And I also think that Strongman, because there's so much variation in the equipment, gives certain people opportunities to shine, which is also cool.
That's true. So I was going to ask a follow-up question about coaching. Do you ever work with youth at all?
Yeah. We get some high school kids coming into Blacklist. I've been helping out there, coaching on Thursdays and Saturdays. If we get some high school kids in, I'll help train them, and it's kind of fun. Same thing, like I said before, when somebody comes in and they think they can't do something, and then they surprise themselves and do it. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I go out of my way, and not that I'm against it. It's just kind of who comes in the door, and if some high school or youth kids come in, more than happy to coach them. Yeah,
I mean, I have 2 young children. My son's 2, my daughter's 4, and she falls into this thing a lot of I can't do that, or I can't carry this, you have to carry it for me, Daddy. And so one day I just said, I'm going to show her a video of Gabrielle Bergholzer. And so, and I said, look at what this lady can do. If you believe you can do it, you can do it. Pick up that book bag and try again. And she tried again and she did it. So there is a lot to be said for self-belief.
Yeah, absolutely. Mindset is really everything. When you're going through a water cut, sometimes that's all you got is just like, all right, this is going to be over. You got to have that mental fortitude to get through it. Or, going through a heavy deadlift for 60 seconds, you max reps in a minute. Like, it's the mental ability to get through that 60 seconds and just suffer through it. Something like a Husafell stone for distance. It's who wants it worse. It's who can bear to deal with carrying this heavy thing around as long as possible.
Yeah, I saw your post about that where you were saying that's one of the hardest things to train for.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough because, like, in a competition, I feel like mentally I can get myself there where, okay, this is where it matters. But like in training, sometimes it's hard to get to that like fight or flight response. So yeah, I hate training Husafell. I hate it.
They actually had that on Strongest Man in History too, where Nick Best had to prove that he was better than the young guys. I don't know if you saw that, but he carried a Husafell type stone over ice, and take that, young guys.
And they were throwing snowballs at him, right?
Yeah.
I remember that. Yep.
Yeah, he's an animal.
He is, and and for his age too, like he absolutely kills it. I want to be Nick Best when I get older, man.
Hell yeah, we all do.
Guys like him or Mark Felix or my buddy Steve Foshin that I brought up earlier. He's right around the same age as those guys, and he's still killing it. So yeah, I look up to a lot of guys like that. I want to keep doing this as long as I can, and just trying to keep the body healthy so I can keep doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. I also saw one of your other posts about permission to be different. You want to talk about what that is and kind of what that means to you?
Yeah. So that was really a campaign that Blacklist started, where they wanted people to just talk about their experience with lifting and how everybody's approach is maybe a little bit different, and not everybody has to come from an athletic background or from a strongman background or whatever. Like, you can be any kind of person and get into this sport or get into whatever sport you want to be a part of. So I think the gym put on this campaign to highlight people's differences and celebrate them. And I thought that was something kind of cool that they put together.
That is super cool, yeah. So we talked about Clash on the Coast a little bit. What other exciting things are on the horizon for you?
Oh, man. I'd love to go back to the Arnold. This would be Arnold number 3. I hope they let me do it because I did Clash on the Coast. I don't know if they're gonna. I hope so. I don't know. I love the Arnold, man. It's a super fun energy. Last year was really weird with just the athletes. It was still fun. It was a little more intimate. But, I look forward to it like a vacation every year. It's a fun experience. There's a room full of people. There's a crowd cheering. What else do I got coming up?
Did they decide when the Arnold's is?
I don't know yet. I've heard some rumors. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about it. But
no, if you're not. That's fine. It's all good.
I don't want to speculate. I've heard some things. I don't know when it's officially going to happen. I don't want to put any false information out there.
I learned a whole ton of great stuff from you. Great training tips, stuff about your background, your kind of rise through the ranks, a lot of wonderful stuff. So I think we'll wrap it up now. What I love to do at the end is kind of give you a chance to tell people how they can follow you, anything you like to promote. I don't know if you're sponsored, but anything you want to share or promote, feel free.
You can follow me on Instagram at _muscles Marinara. I'm sponsored by Cerberus Strength and Bulk Supplements. Cerberus Strength, they got excellent lifting equipment, wrist wraps, belts, stuff like that. And then Bulk Supplements, you can get really inexpensive, really affordable supplements from their website. Blacklist is a great gym here in Denver, started by my friend Tanneray Manthe. She's the only pro female in the state. Check out Clash on the Coast. It's going to be a really cool show. Definitely want to help promote that. That's it, I think. Awesome.
Yeah, great stuff. A lot of great stuff. Awesome. So I really appreciate you jumping on. I had a wonderful time, and maybe we catch up again after Clash at the Coast.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Anthony. I appreciate it, and we'll talk again soon.
Thank you so much.
So if you like this video and haven't done so yet, please consider subscribing using that button right there. And also, stay tuned for some other videos that you might love blooping up right there. This one is the one that YouTube thinks that you will like the best, and this one is the one that I think you will like the best. As always, share this with everyone, and until next time, ciao, homie.